Hello, beloveds. I am here today with Donna and Sylvester, and I cannot wait for y'all to hear exactly how it is that she is infusing love into everything that she's doing, most especially her business. So, Donna, with that opening, just tell us a little bit about you and your business and what you're up to right now.
I would love to do that. First, I just want to say thank you for having me, and thank you for everything you're doing in the world. You just are doing some amazing things.
Thank you.
I love what you're doing, and I love how intentional you are about it. And I love how you bring other people along with you.
Thank you. That's kind. Thank you.
Well, I am a retired military nurse, and so not exactly an entrepreneur by spirit. I mean, that's not how I grow up. I was obviously in an environment where people told me what to do, and I was good doing what they told me to do. That's true in nursing as well as the military. In the nursing, you got the doctors, in the military, you got the people above you. So I was very accustomed to that. And then in 2008, I lost a job that I had and decided I didn't want to go back to work for somebody else. And so I struck out as an entrepreneur, which was a definite learning curve for me.
Yeah.
And found send out cards in 2010 and joined send out cards in 2010. And that's just really been what I've done since then.
Outstanding. So I absolutely love send out cards. I love the send out card that you sent me 2 cards within a short succession, and both of them had pictures, and both of them I absolutely loved. And so I felt the love, and that was one of the reasons why I reached out to ask you for this interview. So I don't know if you want to talk about it from what you sent to me or what you do overall, but how is it that you infuse your business with love?
That's a great question. I had to think about that a little bit. I just do it, but in order to articulate it, I kind of had to give it some thought. And I didn't do this until I bumped into send out cards. Traveling all over the world, I never sent cards to anybody until send out cards came along and made it easy and made it fun. I mean, I love sending people pictures, like the picture I saw of you on Facebook, and I do that all the time. You know, I see a cute picture or a funny picture or a picture that's really meaningful to the person who's posted it, and I put that on a card and celebrate you. Yeah. So once it was fun to do, it was much easier. So I would say how I work love into my business is, number one, I build connections with people instead of just making them another business contact. I really work to build connections with everybody I meet, whether I do business with them or not. And I think seeing people for who they are and being interested and curious about them, building that connection is a reflection of love.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. So, I know a little bit about send out cards, but does it have a mechanism in there, sort of like a CRM, or how do you keep up with these connections? And that's actually something that that I'm passionate about, is that interconnectedness, you know, that understanding that you and I, Donna, are connected, but also the people watching this, that we're all interconnected. So how do you maintain those contacts, or what does send out cards do that for you? What does that look like?
Send out cards does have a CRM piece of it. They call a relationship management system that will keep track of the cards that you send to people. I love the fact that if I wanted to look you up, I could pull up and see every card I've sent you since we met.
Okay.
And I could even open those cards and remind myself what I said to you in the cards.
Okay.
What is missing from that piece is an alert that says, hey, you haven't talked to Elizabeth in a while. It's time for you to reach out to her. So I have another system that I use that has those alerts in it. And I can set it up to remind me to talk to you on whatever periodic frequency that I select. And so the way I look at it is, send out cards is a great tool to remember people and to build connections. But if you don't remember who to reach out to,
right,
and if you don't remember what you said to them the last time you talked to them, it doesn't have the same impact as it
Right.
would with a system to kind of keep me oriented to who I need to talk to.
Yes, yes. So you took it that step further, because send out cards is amazing, and then you took it that step further to find this other organizational system that alerts you, and I think people watching could find benefit in both of those. I mean, obviously to become send out card customer, but then also this like the interconnection piece, those alerts and that kind of thing. So both things people could reach out to you regarding.
Absolutely.
They were
So
interested.
the system I use is called contact mapping. It's a national system.
Okay.
And I think that it's built around remembering people. So that's another expression of love, is remembering people and remembering what's going on in their lives.
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, part of what I think every entrepreneur should have a contact map or contact management system.
Mm.
And what I went for 7 years without it until I was busy enough that people were falling off the radar. And once I began to drop balls, I thought,
Mm-hmm.
I need a solution to this. I only wish that I had started it sooner. So if I were advising new entrepreneurs or established entrepreneurs who haven't done it, I would say that every business person needs a relationship management system where they can track who they've talked to, what the conversation has been about, and when they need to talk to them next.
Mm-hmm. 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 Because that's all. I mean, when we talk about what's easier to go out and get a new customer, or to go back and ask existing customers, can you recommend somebody? Or hey, to go back to existing customers and say, I've got this new thing that I'm doing, or something like that. I mean, anytime there's an established relationship, that's always better.
Absolutely. The term that brings to my mind, I know you've heard of attraction marketing, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, talk about that a little bit more for those that haven't heard it.
So attraction marketing is really about putting out an energy that causes people to want to connect with you rather than chasing people to get them to connect with you.
Mm-hmm.
And so the way to do that through send out cards, and you could do it without send out cards just makes it easier,
Mm-hmm.
is when I focus on celebrating other people, gratitude, expressing gratitude, recognizing the events that are going on in people's lives. I'm not talking to them about business. I'm saying, congratulations on your new baby. I'm so excited that you got a new job. Here's some pictures from your trip to Australia. Those kind of touches.
Mm-hmm.
I just stay in touch with people, and I regularly will have somebody call me and say, how did you do that?
Yeah.
Or, I'm ready to talk to you about send out cards.
Mm-hmm.
So it gives me a way that I can stay in touch without them feeling marketed to.
Right.
If you know.
Right.
That's what I would say about attraction marketing. Would that be how you understand it?
Yes, yes. I have a dear friend actually who lives in South Africa, and she calls it vibrational marketing, but it's that same concept of showing up in the world and putting out into the world. Like I routinely, I mean, it's on my social media. I routinely say, I believe that we can see 8 billion people on the planet loving the other 8 billion people. I mean, I just see that. But it's having these kinds of conversations and then showing up energetically, which is not something I had I had no concept of when I came out of higher ed. So similar to you, I was somebody else's employee for 30 plus years.
Yeah.
And so now going into something where I'm the driver, where I'm the one that's putting this impetus behind it, then I get to choose where do I put my energy.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I love it.
When you're in healthcare and education, you're not out there beating the bushes trying to get people into your classroom.
No,
I certainly wasn't trying to get people onto my nursing units. I was drowning already.
right,
So,
right.
But now I need to create a pipeline, and I need to have an effective way to do that. The other thing that I thought of when you were talking about energy and vibrational marketing, I heard somebody say the other day that your greatest asset is your energy.
Mm,
I love that. The energy you
wow.
put into the world is your
Wow.
asset. So when I look at you and your energy, you
Wow.
are so full of heart. You're full of joyful, positive, happy energy. You're full of love, and that comes across.
Good.
That's going to make people want to work with you and know what you're doing and engage and interact with you. And so, that's another thing we can all do is clean up our energy and know that when we walk in a room, part of the results we get from that room is what we bring into the room with us
Mhm.
and what we pulse out into the room.
Yeah. Yeah. That expectation that I see the spark of what I see the spark of divinity in you, you
Oh
know,
yeah.
so
That's
I don't have to decide, are you worthy of my love? And I don't have to decide, should I love you? It's you have a heartbeat, then I love you. I may not like you. I may disagree with a whole lot of stuff you're saying, but your essence, yes, that's absolutely true. Donna, I could talk to you for another hour. I don't know how long people would watch this interview, but I love being with you. I love what you're doing with send out cards and with, is it the other company's called Contact Mapping?
contact mapping. Uh-huh.
Contact mapping, and then I love the way that you've brought the two together. And I mean, what a seamless way for those two things to work together, for you to focus on that. So thank you for the joy and love that you put into the world, and being so delightful. And beloveds, join us next time for our Love Revolution interviews. Until then, Donna, thank you so much for being here.
It was a fun conversation, Dr. Ross. Thank you.
Thank you.